Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for day 11 of 12 days of sparkle and shine, and this is also going to be a video for how to kill a kit with style because I'm using my color wash collection, and that is the kind of kit I've decided to play with for the month of January. And today's theme, our second to last theme with this series, is Flair. Now, Flair is not my friend. I don't use it very often. I struggle with it. And so I kind of knew right away that I was gonna oh goodness, it's 11:32 in the nighttime, and I'm recording this, and normally I'm sound asleep. I'm normally like in bed by 8:39. But it's January 2nd, and no, it's the 1st. It's still January 1st. And I think I'm still on New Year's Eve time frame because I'm wide awake. But my words are not. So, anyways, my plan here is I knew that dealing with Flair was going to be tricky for myself. And so, in order to combat that, I'm doing what I did on almost every layout I created for this series, and I'm going to do some stitching. However, I'm going to do some stitching in a very different type of stitching for me because this is something I had never done before, and I wasn't even sure how to do it. And it took a couple trials and errors to make it work. It's definitely not perfect. You can see the mistakes. But my goal here is I'm taking these little, I don't even know what they are. I guess they're meant for you to like loop the thread around when you buy a big, like a value kit of embroidery floss. But I liked how they kind of had this neat on again off when I went ahead and did it, kind of look to it. And I wanted to make these circles that kind of all go into the center, like the thread all kind of goes into the center. And I got this from a layout that I have pinned, and you're going to see it. I'm going to put it up so you can see it now. And that just, I was scanning through trying to get an idea of what I could do, and I saw that, and I was like, if I did that and then placed a flare in the middle of each of these, that would just be so cool. So I went ahead and I tried to figure out my color schemes and everything stitched. I am going to be honest with you guys, this took me an entire afternoon to do, so it took time, but I think it turned out really, really neat. The only problem is the way I did it, and I did kind of figure out how to make it a little bit flatter towards the end, but it is so bulky in the middle because that's where all of the thread goes. And now I'm going to add a flare on top of that. So this page is going to have a lot of bulk in my layout, but in my album, but I'm okay with it because I was experimenting and trying to figure it out, and I love the way that it turned out. So now I had to figure out which photos I wanted to use. I had two I was kind of debating about. One was Jackson's birthday photo from last year of him blowing out his cake at his family birthday party. And I liked that idea, but it was only one photo, and I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with because I made 3 spots for either putting journaling or my title or the photos, which is why they're not looking like the other ones, and because I knew that would be pointless. So I decided to go with these 2 photos instead, especially the way that the one photo you see me kind of messing with right there. He is looking off the page like Jackson is, but Sean is looking into him, like looking at Jackson kind of into the page. And so I'm just going to go with it. And thankfully I had 2 copies of these photos because I wasn't sure how to make this work. If I was going to use just a normal circle or trace it in the pattern of the template I had used or what. And I struggled on how to figure it out. And they are not perfect circles because I gave up and I just kept trimming it and trimming it and trimming it. So they're kind of wonky circles, but they work. And I popped them up with some fun foam to give them a little bit of balance, and you can still see the stitching underneath. But yeah, so I don't know, they work. I love them. And then my title is Good Times at the bottom. And then at the top, you'll see my full title, but I'm going to use the word be brave. And then I'm going to add in my Flair and a couple pieces of they're just pieces of ephemera that are circular. They happen to match the two spots that I needed them to be in. One of them represented the day, and one of them just kind of represented the nice little pop of blue color I wanted there to kind of add in with the pattern paper that I'm using. And then I'm going to add my journaling down at the bottom, which talks about the fact that this was his first ride on the SkyTrain, and he was quite nervous about it and a little apprehensive. And that's his face in these photos was the face he had the entire way there. But then on the way home, he had relaxed a little bit and had enjoyed the ride a little bit more. But I really wanted to document this because it was a big deal for him. He loves trains, but once he got really close to being on it, he got nervous and had to be by Sean's side for the whole ride. So I love it. I really enjoy the way this turned out. A little bit different. There's Flair on it though. I did happen to make it work. So yay. Make sure you head on over and check out Daisy's take for this theme of Flair. And don't forget, if you leave a comment on all 24 of our videos, you'll have a chance to win one of our 2 prizes. And there is a face-to-face video for you to check out about that. That was posted, I think January 2nd is when I posted that. So be sure to check that out. Here is a look at my final layout. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with our last episode. So thanks everyone for watching. Bye!